Page 20, Shepherd's Hay. Let's look this over. There's nothing new being presented. Again, we're just using stuff we've already known. And I trust you know the names of all the symbols and all the notes. You understand the rhythm okay. If you have any questions or problems, you're welcome to ask. But it might be a good time at that point to just review everything, because you got to remember it all. You can't forget any of it. It's 2 lines long. Treble and bass clef signs again. 4/4 time signature now. I see a bunch of eighth notes and quarter notes and half notes. Think we can handle all those. You'll notice the eighth notes, some of them are beamed 4 eighth notes together rather than just 2. Even though the beat would be 2, they beamed 4 of them together. That's because it's done according to the feel of the music. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You feel those? You're beaming them that way. 1, 2, they're all 4 eighth notes and 2 beats. They're all beamed together because you feel it that way. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And they'll do that quite a bit. If they beamed them just 2 eighth notes together, that's perfectly legal. It doesn't affect how you play it. It's just in reading the music, you'll find it's easier to read it when they beam 4 of them together and you're taking them more or less as a unit. And you're thinking of it as one pulse, one natural accented pulse. We'll talk about that more on the interpretation part of this lesson. Now the hands are both playing, but they're only playing one hand at a time, so I'll take both hands together. The left hand isn't doing too much. The right hand is starting here on E, 3rd finger. That puts the hand here. And again, if you don't know the names of the notes yet, keep doing that play and say it drill, because you need to know these. We're going to start adding notes here before long, and get these now. The left hand, when it comes in at the end of the line, is 4th finger here and thumb. You don't really need both finger numbers. Either one will do, because you're just what we are, and we're in middle C position. That's all. And it's 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, if you're starting a piece of music and it's a struggle, when you're first trying to learn the notes, forget the rhythm. Try and get the notes. Here, this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then you got a couple of these, and then these, and then you just forget the rhythm. Try and get the notes. Then once you have an idea what the notes are, then you go back and add the rhythm. See, if it's not too much of a struggle for you, you can do both at the same time. So to shorten the video, I'm going to pretend we can do both at the same time and keep going. Now let's go to the last measure of the first line, the quarter notes here, 4, and then go to the next line. We're here, 2nd line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. You get the idea? So I go through and I play the notes. Then I go back over any tricky spots and iron them out. No hesitations. Steady beat throughout. And also on this, like everything else, you should be able to play this without looking at the keyboard. You want to feel where these keys are. And remember which finger is on which key. That sounds really hard to do, but actually it's pretty easy to do. I don't know why it's easy to do, it just is. It just comes. You'll remember which. Occasionally you forget and you got to look down. That's fine. But for the most part, you'll remember. Then I add the articulation, and here we have the phrasing here. And you're going to lift up between each one. Lift up. Just lift, like taking a breath. Yeah, do that between all the phrases. So at the end of the first line, you're here. If I go to the 2nd line, I lift up. So there's a little silence there. Then once I have the articulation in, I think about the dynamics. F, 2nd time P. That's not really how it's done in music, but that's how they're showing you. Normally, all you would get is an F-P. F-P. You see 2 dynamics like that, you know you're going to play it twice at least. The first time you're going to do the first dynamic, and the 2nd time you're going to do the 2nd. Again, when we repeat things, it's nice to be able to change something. That's not really why we're doing it, but that's what first time is loud. Then when when you repeat it, because there's a repeat sign at the end of the line, now it's soft. And then the second line is F, and it's repeated. It's surrounded by repeat signs. So when you get to the end of the second line and repeat, you don't go to the beginning, you go to the reverse repeat sign. So you're going to play the second line twice, and that one's going to be loud both times. They don't give a speed, it's up to you. These eighth notes need to be controlled and even. So that may slow you down a little bit. Then the interpretation, again, the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm letting the wrist claps a little bit on each of these. I want to feel these. Please don't copy me. You take it at your speed and your louds and softs and how you feel it. So when you can play this slowly with no hesitations, then come back to the video and let's play it together. I'll give us 4 counts. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I don't do dynamics here, but I will do the repeats. We'll do the whole thing. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Repeat. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and repeat and 4 and 4 and and 4 and off.